everyone. Today, the topic product of the hour is travel insurance. This is a small market compared to other, for example, compulsory motor insurance. And the majority of the claims, the medical claims, and the cancellation claims as well. So for cancellation, there could be multiple reasons. For example, a flight delay. There used to be a case called CrowdStrike, and then outage caused lots of cancellations. That would be a non-medical related cancellations, but mostly is medical related. So majority of the claims, you can say medical and cancellation will add up to more than 90% of every claims. But there are some other claims as well. For example, you have baggage claims. This is where you lost your baggage, or it gets delayed, or it gets stolen, because in areas like some places in Europe, it has high risk of crime rates. So that's a destination we used as part of the rating factors. So the benefits relating to medical will be hospital stay, and for example, if you need hospital stay for whatever reason, it could be related to your medical conditions, or it could be something like accidents. For example, you got hit by a car and you need a hospital stay. And then you can also get reimbursement if your holiday was cancelled due to whatever reason. And the next bit is exposure. So travel insurance in the UK is divided into two types. One is single trip and one is annual multi trips. For single trips, you will be asked for your departure date and the return date. So for that, you will have an exposure of duration. But for annual multi trips, you don't have the duration because you have a date, which is the date the policy starts. For annual multi trips, you select a date. This date doesn't have to be today's date. This date can be a date in the future. But if you select a date in the future, you won't get cancellation cover. So there's annual multi trips, and they will be terms and conditions. For example, although annual multi trip is 1 year, 365 days, and you can make multiple trips, but depending on the level of cover, you may not be able to get more cover if you've been to a holiday destination for more than 45 days, and that is the maximum. So one of the complaints the insurer usually have is people treat annual multi trips as a cheap medical cover. So they have like a house or somewhere they can live in Europe, and they just go to Europe and buy annual multi trips. But you have to come back to here. And another terms and conditions for AMT is that you can't make continuous trip. For single trip, for example, I can write, okay, I'm going on holiday in lots of countries. I'm going to France and I'm going to Spain. That's possible. But for annual multi trips, if you go to Spain and then you go to France, the second part of the journey is not covered. So some people sometimes get caught in surprise and say, oops, I didn't read the policy document. So I'm going to ask a question. So this bit is rating factors. I wrote age, destination, duration, lead time, which is the cancellation duration, and where you live. I missed an important factor. Can anyone tell me what have I missed?
Type of holiday?
Yeah, you have type of holiday, which can be a student or pleasure or backpack or business. That's good, very good point.
Purpose of travel.
Sorry?
Purpose
of travel. Yeah, that's a good point. So here's a hint.
Medical,
yeah.
Medical
so the most important rating factor will be pre-existing medical conditions. So I worked in pricing, and then we have a outsourced tool called Verisk. So for Verisk, what happens is you have two inputs. You have the pre-existing medical condition and a destination. So our IT department will take these two inputs, and then they run an algorithm. They compute a Verisk score, and the pricing doesn't know and doesn't care how that is calculated. What pricing does is take the Verisk score as one of the input to compute the premium. So the most expensive type of claim is medical claims, and then the most expensive place you can have is United States. I put United States ICU here because this was one of the most expensive places that you can get to. Next slide, please. So you can have the most typical client over 50s, And there is a company called Saga, which they only offer travel insurance if the lead traveler is over 50, because that's where the majority of the market is. Saga is mostly a cruise company. They travel insurance will be like a side business they do. So you can have a channel where you have a broker, and the broker I work to, they have a sales channel which is on the internet and a call center. You'll be surprised how many people actually buy on call center. It's like ordering pizza, because it's a lot of medical conditions is quite complex. So just call instead of typing into your keyboards. And the market size is small. We have pet insurance. Market size is only 1 billion, which is smaller than the pet insurance. So I worked in All Clear, but the biggest broker in the UK is Station. And then the interesting fact is that insurance premium tax. So I was surprised when I hear about this, because the car insurance only have 12%, unless your car is very expensive, more than £40,000. But for travel insurance, holiday is considered a luxury, and luxury things gets more tax. So IPT for travel insurance is 20%. Are there any questions?
You just wanted around main